Fifth Avenue, a lot of different dining and shopping options. Now, Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable, that is the man who this bridge is named after. He was the very first non-Native American resident here in Chicago. 1784, he comes to the city and he actually settles right here at the Wrigley Building. He marries a local tribe woman, Potawatomi woman. They have 2 children, making them the very first non-Native American family. On the right, we're going to talk about the first building on this tour. On the right, that is the London House. Formerly known as the London Guarantee Building. It's what we call the Beaux-Arts style of architecture. Decoration at the bottom, stories in between, and decoration at the top. On the west end, you're going to find a glass extension of the London House with a rooftop bar, with a wonderful view down the Chicago River, and a $15 Miller Lite. We're going to continue heading east. On the right, you're going to see a building. It's limestone with marble at the bottom. So go ahead and look there to the right. Yep, that's 333. Now what's cool about this, just above the marble, you're going to see imprints just above it. Those imprints tell you about the history here in Chicago. DuSable, Marquette, and Joliet, first documented Chicago. Now I do want to point out, guys, a lot of the land we're going to see east of Michigan Avenue, this was not here before the Chicago fire. After the Chicago fire, we had so much ruin and so much debris, it actually filled in the lake, extending Chicago's landmass. There's just show-offs. Thanks, guys. All right, they filled in the lake, extending Chicago's land anywhere from about a quarter to a half mile east. On the right, you're going to see the third tallest building here in Chicago. It's a kind of grayish-white granite building with vertical lines running down the side. It's the third tallest building here in Chicago, and when it was first built in '74, around it was Italian Carrara marble, the same marble that Michelangelo used on David. Well, they put it on the outside of the building, but after 8 Chicago winters, they realized they had cut it too thin. We had to buckle and crack and almost fall off the side of the building, so they replaced it with a North Carolina granite, costing them $80 million. That's more than half of what it cost just to build the building. Just go and show you can't take your marble for granite. All right, on the right, you're going to notice a building with a slight wave to it. It's designed to look like water is running down the side. That is the Aqua, designed by Jeannie Gang in 2009. The tallest building in this country to solely be completed by a female architect. She's also a Chicago architect, which makes this building so cool. Now on the outside, those undulating balconies, not one will be the same. Each one is different. For each apartment, condo, or hotel room, it's kind of its own unique footprint. So I think, but in front of it, you're going to see a triangular building. This is the Swiss Hotel, designed by Harry Weiss. Harry Weiss loved to sail, so all of his buildings have slight nautical themes throughout them. This, in particular, is supposed to look like the bow or the front of a boat. It's also pretty cool. No matter where you are in that north end, you're always going to have a view down the Chicago River. All this construction coming up here on the right, guys, this is Vista Tower. Vista Tower will be completed in the next few years. As you look at the building, you're going to notice every single tower has its own unique wave as it goes down. 3 towers coming together as one. It'll be wrapped in a lightish blue kind of glass. It'll stretch to 1,186 feet tall. It's the third tallest building here in Chicago, with the breezeway at the 86th floor. We're calling these guys the steps to heaven as they stretch up, again, 1,186 feet tall. Now guys, if you were here on the Chicago River about a century or so ago, you'd be pretty grossed out. All of our meatpacking waste and our sewage was put into this river, and it would flow out onto Lake Michigan. Why is that a problem besides pretty obvious reasons? Well, we drink Lake Michigan, so 10% of our population are dying of typhoid, cholera, other waterborne diseases just by drinking water. So to fix this, you and I would probably say, let's stop polluting the river. That was not the solution at the time. The solution at the time was to reverse the river and send all of our sewage in the opposite direction down the Mississippi River to St. Louis, Missouri. And that's exactly what we did. We reversed the flow of the Chicago River January 2nd of 1900. How we did this is we built a canal. This canal is located south on the river, and it's 50 feet deep. Now, that's deeper than the Chicago River and much of the coast of Lake Michigan. Why does that matter? Well, water always flows to its deepest point, which to this day is still the sanitary canal. So when we opened this, again, January 2nd of 1900, water began to reverse, allowing fresh lake water to actually push our sewage and meatpacking waste in the opposite direction down the sanitary canal connecting to the Mississippi River. Now you can imagine St. Louis is not happy about this and they sue Chicago. But to our delight, they lose that lawsuit. So to get back with us today, they bottle that dirty water up. You now drink it as Budweiser. Get it? Because it tastes like sewage. All right, they're not the only ones concerned about this. States such as Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, even Canada. They sue Chicago because they claim we're going to drain the Great Lakes. And in fact, we are draining the Great Lakes. We're draining the Great Lakes at about an inch every 100 years. So what comes out of that, guys, is the Chicago Lock. Now we're going to go through the Chicago Lock today, which is what Chuck kind of yelled at me earlier. We're going to go through the lock, and the lock does two things. The first thing it does is it controls the amount of water coming into the river. Every time that lock opens, 800,000 to 1 million gallons of water comes pouring through the river. Second thing it does is going to raise and lower vessels. Lake Michigan is 6 feet taller than the Chicago River. So as we go out to the lake, we have to raise up to the lake's height, and then vice versa as we come back down. I'll explain to you how that's going on, but behind you, you get a pretty cool view of the Chicago skyline. So our skyline, second most beautiful skyline in the world is what it was voted in 2015, just second to Shanghai, the most beautiful in this country. And I always say, if you're from New York, you want to argue with me about it, you can get off my boat. So we're going to go through the Chicago Lock in just a few minutes. What we're going to do, folks, is while we're on the lake, we're going to head north. We're going to see a wonderful view of the John Hancock. Oh, wow, it looks like absolutely nobody is going in the lock. This will be pretty cool. So what we're going to do here, folks, is it's a 2-gate system in the Chicago Lock. We go through the first gates, and we're going to tie up along the lock wall. As we're tying up along the lock wall, the gates will shut behind us. Once the gates behind us are sealed, the gates in front of us will slowly open, allowing lake water to pour through the lock, lifting us up to the lake's height. I'm going to take a quick break here. If you have questions on what's going on, feel free to ask downstairs. You are going to find the restrooms as well as the bar. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If not, once we get to the lake, I'll pick up the rest of the tour. All right, thanks.